Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Welcome back, everybody, to Operation Babble, the podcast where we watch and talk about every damn thing. I am Myke Shrews, here with my friend and co-host Tivis. Tivis, how you doing today, dude?
I'm doing good. You almost went into the intro for the other show, didn't you?
No, I knew exactly what I was doing. I was doing me, man. I was just doing me. After a while, they all just start to blend together, anyways. It's just talking movies and TV.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
It's Halloween weekend, man.
It is. This episode is coming out to you just 2 days, I believe, before Halloween. So enjoy our Halloween episode, everybody.
I dress up for the first time, and you do nothing.
I'm wearing a Ghostface shirt and a Ghostface button-up shirt. Oh, don't give me that shit.
You'd be wearing that on a normal day.
That's besides the point. It's anyways, guys. Welcome back to Operation Babble. Of course, we have some things to give you the dirty work and all of that fun stuff. You can find Operation Babble on all your podcast streaming services, including YouTube at the Myke Shrews YouTube channel. You can go there and see our pretty ugly faces all day long and check us out there. You can also find them on you can also find Operation Babble on social media via Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hopefully our account stays good on Twitter now that the change has come. So we'll see. Maybe we might be tagged as a bot and deleted. Who knows?
Nothing's gonna change. I guarantee it.
Oh no, nothing will change. Anyways, you can find us all on social media just by searching Operation Babble. You can also find our Operation Babble group page on Facebook just by searching Operation Babble group and go there. And there we basically are constantly posting pictures, videos, articles, questions, things like that. Even last year, I believe we had a poll to see what movie we would talk about for Thanksgiving. So just join that group and enjoy what comes through, and definitely converse yourselves too. Like, we want everyone to be able to talk and make it I was going to say society, a community of sorts for us to just come together and talk about pop culture crap, no matter what it is. So
yeah, don't like a thing, say it. I don't like Gladiator. Deal with it.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong. First of all, no.
I generally am. I've come to accept life.
I'm trying to get my microphone to stop moving. It keeps turning. Damn it. There we go. All right. So I think that's it. You can also email us if you would like to at operationbabble@outlook.com. And there you can just tell us what you think of us and all that fun shit. Then you can also leave us reviews on any of the podcast services that you go to, and on Apple Podcasts. We actually do read those, so let us know what you think of us. If you think we're assholes, let us know that we're assholes. If you think that we're entertaining, let us know we're entertaining. If you think that we're just boring, let us know that we're boring.
Yeah, just tell us why you feel the way you do. Also, give us suggestions. We love hearing ideas.
Yeah. and don't feel bad, like, if you email us and be like, dude, that episode, like, 1 whatever was boring. So what? Like, I've listened,
people improve.
I've literally listened back to every episode, and there are some episodes, especially some segments in episodes, where I'm just like, yeah, that shit's boring.
You didn't like our optomical talk?
I actually have not re-listened to that since you guys did it. Anyways, so yeah, today, Halloween, man. We are going to be discussing Killer Klowns from Outer Space from 1988 and The Curse of Bridge Hollow from 2022. It's released now on Netflix, so you can find it there. Killer Klowns from Outer Space, you can find that on Amazon to rent for like $2 at the moment. And you can also buy the Blu-ray. I found the Blu-ray. Finally.
It arrived in time, huh?
It arrived in time. So yeah, you can definitely check that out. The Blu-ray actually comes with an awesome, for our video people here, an awesome little booklet here that is like a coloring book, and you can color your own covers and stuff. And they're not all like Killer Klowns. Like you have 28 Days Later, Vampire Hunter, Carrie, Child's Play, Devil's Due, The Fly, like a bunch of different other horror movies in here. Young Frankenstein even. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have that little booklet as an add-on in there. So yeah, definitely do that, and you'll have a copy, because I didn't know that there was a freaking copy of it on Blu-ray until I went looking. So yeah,
I'm just looking at the characters and names on this list, and
oh yeah. Yep.
oh, the person who wrote this had a great sense of humor.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna dive into Killer Klowns from Outer Space first, but before we do that, let's congratulate, everybody on Twitter.
Surviving? Oh,
On Twitter for having to tell the world that they're leaving Twitter now just because somebody else owns the fucking company. Congratulations, people. Yeah, I'm being a smart ass, Tivis, I know.
hey, Twitter. I barely use you. Sometimes I forget I have you.
That's what she said. Sorry. Just ignore it. Anyways. All right, so let's dive on into this movie here, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, 1988. And tag us on Twitter so we know that you guys are still there. It's been fun. It's been a fun morning.
I can tell you're in a mood today.
I've just been watching all these like celebrities and shit telling people, "Oh, I'm leaving Twitter now." I'm like, okay.
That's your problem, is you're looking at celebrities.
I'm just tired of people just saying it. Just do it. Just do it. We want to give people a chance to say goodbye. No, you're just looking for attention now. You're wanting your tweets to be liked so that you boost up there in the followings.
Well,
and that's all that
I
is.
will say it's understandable if you only had Twitter and you need to let people know, hey, I'm going somewhere else. Like if you make stuff on the internet.
Yeah. Like if you have content and shit like that, I understand that. But
that's the only time I would find it acceptable. Otherwise, you're just being annoying.
I find it childish to just change just because the owner changed. Literally nothing has changed on Twitter yet. So
well, I think that's a good enough reason to change anyway. But
because nothing has changed yet. Yeah.
Well, that nothing has changed, period. Regardless of how much the old owners have said.
Right. So let's dive on into this, man. So Killer Klowns from Outer Space, 1988, is a movie about, well, killer clowns from outer space coming and killing people. I don't know what to say besides the title for that. This is definitely a movie. I will say right now, before you continue listening, if you have not seen it, definitely go and check it out. You can't spoil much because the title kind of spoils it all anyways. But it's definitely something to experience and watch. It's definitely a cult film for sure. So do you want to break this down beat by beat or just go through a talking session with it?
Let's just go talking.
Okay. Do you want to mention anything? Because I know you were talking about names. Do you want to mention any specific names?
Oh, well, I'm just, Myke Tobacco, Farrah Jean Green. Even the people on IMDb, the uncredited, we got Puppet Show Dude. That's great.
Did you know this? I saw him in the movie because it's been a long time since I've watched this film. And I was watching it, and Christopher Titus is in it as a police officer. Do you know who Christopher Titus is?
I'm about to.
He had his own TV show, dude. He's a comedian. But he showed up in it as one of the
I
cops.
recognize him.
Yeah. I was like amazed because I really have only seen him in his show that he did for like 3 seasons. And then after that, I hadn't seen him really besides in stand-up. He's definitely one I want to watch in stand-up. Christopher Titus, guys, he's funny guy. Funny guy. Definitely deserves another sitcom.
Oh, he was in Lois and Clark as well.
Was he?
Yeah, as a cop.
Man.
Yeah,
okay.
The only 2 things I would recognize him from, honestly, but I do recognize his face, that's for sure. I've probably seen advertisements for his show.
Yeah. Punk 1 and Punk 2 you have?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find here. Oh, they don't actually put the clowns' names in the freaking
No,
IMDb.
they don't, which is weird.
That sucks.
Yeah,
because they
got
all have
Clown
names.
King or Clownzilla on here.
Yeah, Clownzilla. But they all actually do have names. Like, they've given them names. I guess maybe throughout time, not actually when they shot the movie.
Yeah, so here's the thought that I've been thinking about for the last 2 months, even before we decided to watch this movie. The theme song. It's great to hear once, right?
Uh-huh.
I feel bad for those people down in Universal Horror Nights listening to this on repeat, night in and night out, for hours.
Yeah.
I would go insane just from that. Like, it's an okay song, but oh my god, it's one of those that they probably used in Guantanamo.
That's fucked up, Tivis.
It's true, though.
I would have said Waco, but okay. That's even more fucked up. What the hell's going on? Anyway.
Back in the swing of it. That's what's going on.
Yeah, so, oh, damn, they don't give any of them credits. Okay, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this IMDb sucks. Anyone out there who can update this shit, do so, please. It's a terrible page.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to do that at the moment because I
I don't have an account because I just don't care.
Well, they started charging for that shit, and I was like, no, I'm good. I don't need it right now. I have friends that have them. I'll get them on it. But I don't think they got names until like comic books and stuff started arriving.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because they never say names in this movie for the clowns, anyways.
The merch started rolling, and they're like, "Oh, we have to differentiate small clown number 1 and small clown number 2."
Right.
Which I just differentiate with a green one had a bike and the red one was a jerk.
You got the wiki. The wiki shows it.
Yeah.
Jumbo, Fatso, Shorty, Rudy, Spiky, Slim, Bibbo, Chubby, Joe, Magori, Talls, Storefront, Frank, Boko, Female Killer Clowns.
Did we go with Storefront just because they stood out front of a store?
Yeah. Female Killer Clowns, Rosebud and Daisy, Baby Killer Clowns, which they don't give anything on it, Clownzilla, and Baldo, Boko's brother, one of Boko's brothers. He appears in the parade scene carrying a popcorn bazooka. So those are their names.
Can I just say, I want to appreciate right off the bat that this show, or this movie, killed a dog, but it didn't show us. I very much appreciate that. In the very beginning, when Farmer Gene Green goes to investigate the tent, they steal his dog. You know they ate it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But we never see it, so thank you.
They turned him into a jelly bean instead of cotton candy. But this one right here is Slim, by the way, for people watching the video.
Oh, the one that looks like the new Pennywise?
Yeah, kind of. Almost. Just with more of an comedic look.
I'm going off topic again, but I just watched. Did you see The Simpsons didn't do a regular Treehouse of Horror this year? They had an entire episode dedicated to recreating the movie It. It was awesome. I just watched it last night.
Sounds lame. I miss the old Treehouse of Horror ones.
Well, they do them regularly. They just tried something different this year.
Maybe they shouldn't do that. They're too old. We don't want different, Tivis.
I was fine with it because I hate the movie It. So make
I'm a
fun of it
grumpy
all you
old
want.
man. Give me what I want, what I'm used to, damn it. This is why I picked a movie from 88.
Can you guess who was It? Pennywise?
The clown.
Yeah, it was Krusty. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the murder clown dude, Krusty's old sidekick. What was his name?
Sideshow Bob.
Sideshow Bob. Yeah.
No, he didn't exist. They actually showed an alternate future where Marge marries comic book guy and stuff. It's weird.
That is weird. Anyways, it's for Killer Klowns from Outer Space. Anyways, since we've only talked about their names,
Yeah.
let me go to my notes on this one.
The only note I have is this girl is getting back with her ex. Like, this new boyfriend sucks.
Oh, we'll get to that. That's at the very end.
Yep.
At the beginning, we
And he-
have Make Out Point.
He seems happy.
Yeah, we have at the beginning we have Make Out Point.
Mm-hmm.
An ice cream truck shows up to Make Out Point, and
I love these characters.
this seems like the stupidest thing ever, but it's actually super genius. I mean, come on, who's going up there to sell food,
Yeah.
right? You know, and those people have to be hungry, especially if they just got done doing. Anyway,
What were the two names of the drivers? I forget.
oh, the brothers.
Yeah.
These what are their last name?
They don't have them on the fucking. Oh wait, here we go. Rich and Paul.
Yeah,
Terenzi brothers.
Terenzi brothers. That's what it is. I love how they have like the ice cream truck, and they swindled these girls into getting into their truck by offering them free ice cream. He's like, you can have all the ice cream you want. And then they like realize, the girls are like, wait a minute, what's going on here? It's like, oh, I thought we just park, because you know they have to use 50s lingo instead of 80s, or maybe in the 80s they said that too, I don't know. But they were just going to park there, and parking, for those people who don't know, especially our younger audience, that means that you were going to hook up, get together, smash. I guess that's the term that kids use nowadays, right? Because She-Hulk used it, so they were going to try and smash.
I'm pretty sure it's outdated by this point if you're using it.
Everything's outdated, I'd say.
I
They're
got
going to have intercourse. There we go.
coitus.
Like the kids have to use all the proper terms, right? The PC shit. They were going to put their ding dong in their hee-haw.
I appreciate that the Horror Nights brought these characters back with the clowns. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like they stole the movie for me.
Did they?
Yeah, just the dumb antics later in the movie when their van explodes and how they escape from it is so stupid, but I love it.
What did you think? Okay, so I'm going in order because of my notes. I'm sorry.
Go right ahead. My only note is from the end.
So they it was a funny line. It made me laugh a little bit. They said to the girls, like, "Oh, don't worry, keep your shirt on," like as in like calm down. And the girls were just like, "Don't worry, we intend to." And these weren't like, you know, they were girls who would want all the ice cream. Let's just say that. that's what they appeared to be. And then of course we see the thing go across the air and it crashes, and then the other girl, Debbie, is like, "Let's go look and see what this, you know, crash was." Like it literally crashed over the hill. Let's go see it. Let's go check it out. boy, did she regret that.
Yeah.
And they go over there and check it out, and they end up going inside. It's like a circus tent. And they go inside the circus tent, and they get into this room, and I swear to God, dude, like I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is like Cerebro from fucking X-Men. Like the room they walk in.
Yeah, it really was.
I was like, oh shit.
You talk about the one with the giant electric thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, where they just walk into it. You can clearly tell it's like a matted, like a painted background and stuff. I was like, this is Cerebro. Like, what the hell's going on? And then they go into another room and they're like, oh, it's cotton candy. It's a cotton candy factory. And the girl's like, what? Nobody stores cotton candy like this shit. And he pulls the cotton candy off the, and what does it reveal? A bloody face and shit.
Yeah, it's a person.
Yeah.
It's like dissolving them into liquid for them to drink.
And then they're chased down by balloon dogs. And I'm wondering if they kidnapped that dog and that gave them the idea for the balloon dogs.
I mean, it could be.
Or they put that dog's soul into the balloons.
I don't know if they thought that much of it. The fucking popcorn gun, I forgot all about that. Because I was with them. Why are they shooting us with popcorn? Because they're clowns. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was kind of... No, these clowns don't do anything on accident or, without purpose.
No, the popcorn gun, the popcorn, sorry, Star Trek came out of me for a minute. The popcorn is very reminiscent because eventually it turns into like another type of like clown type thing.
Yeah, like clown bird things.
Yeah, and it's very reminiscent of like Gremlins, like how you would get the little things there. Yeah. No, there's like so many like spots in this movie where it's just like, oh crap, like they took this element, and this element from all these different like cult films. Especially at that time, like weren't like super big films either, except for a couple of them that I noticed. I want a cotton candy gun though. But so they're driving away, right? And this is one of the scenes that I noticed it in. And they hit one of the clowns.
Mm-hmm.
And he sits up just like Michael Myers does. Like they do the whole Michael Myers. He sits up and then he turns his head to look over.
Yeah, he does too.
And I was like, that's awesome. Also, Undertaker stole that from Michael Myers too, by the way. Just gonna point that out there.
Yeah.
Since this is our other show where we can ramble on about other dumb shit. But yeah. Go on.
I was just gonna there's some foreshadowing in this that I did not expect. Because when the chief is answering all the phone calls when they finally reach the town, I know I'm jumping ahead again.
Oh, you're good.
He's like, they put your wife in a balloon. And we don't see that until they do it to Debbie later on.
Yeah, yeah. So they kind of set it up like that's something that they do without showing it, but also like so that when it happens to her, it's not just like, oh, it's just her. But
yeah,
I wonder if it's
for a movie like this, they just do shit randomly as is.
But I wonder if it's just the women, because we didn't see any women get turned into cotton candy.
Yeah, we did. In the convenience store, the storefront clown that was watch the girls walk in, you see them in the cotton candy on the ground.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, you're right. Well, we didn't see them get put in cotton candy.
It's still implied. Right. I think you see their shoes.
What do you think about them being able to mimic voices and possibly memories? Let's see if you remember this. Because they mimic the one dude's voice. They mimic Dave's voice.
That tricked Debbie into opening the door.
Right. But they also mimic the, is it Mooney's voice when they're puppeteering him. They
They
mimic
are.
his voice, and they kind of know his memories because they already know Dave's name. They've never once heard his name before.
Yeah.
So this movie could be really, and we'll talk about this a little bit too when we get to the next movie. But this movie could really hit home, like if they did like a sequel or something like that.
Yeah, they
Later
missed
down
their
the road.
opportunity back in 2016 with that clowns everywhere crap YouTube was
They
doing.
probably did that on purpose and didn't want to be affiliated with that.
Why
yeah.
not? Seems like
Let's
the
see
type
here.
of thing that would be great publicity for this.
Let's see here. I wrote down I want a cotton candy gun. They mimic Balloon Debbie. So here's one for you. They may have the pies that they threw at the security guy at the theme park, which turned
melted him.
Yeah, they melted him. It's like acid in the pies or something, which I kind of like was like, oh yeah, that's
I
gonna
was
happen.
like, is it acid or is it because they're like really hot?
I didn't think of that. I thought it was just like some like acidic like alien thing.
I mean, yeah, it very likely could be. I was just like, man, are they like 1,000 degrees and melting his skin off?
Maybe. Which at the end of the movie they get hit with the same pies. So are they supposed to die?
I was wondering the same thing.
Are they gonna die? Let's see here. We get
the fact that ship was already full though when they go in there. Like that means they hit another town, right?
I don't know if it means that they hit another town. I think that we're supposed to be on the assumption they took almost everyone from this town except for the police because there's a shitload of police. Oh no, the police come from another town. That's right.
But I mean, with the first time they go in there and they find, they happen to find Farmer Gene Green hanging there. Wasn't there like other hanging cotton candy?
There was. Yeah.
So that means they took other people before they went into town.
Not even necessarily from Earth though. They could have went to another planet, done the same thing.
That's true. Yeah. He just happened to find the one with the farmer.
Yeah. Because we know what humans look like without their face, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they have the prison scene where the one clown like actually lets him get locked up and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
He just goes along with it for the hell of it, and then he eventually was like, I'm tired of this. Let my tie out, and his tie did like all the freaking work. So I don't know. Yeah.
The two punks.
Yeah. They all die. Everyone just dies.
Oh yeah, no, they don't save anyone.
No one lives through
They
this
have
movie.
the opportunity to. What about other people that might still be alive? There's other balloons. Nah, fuck them.
Yeah. They don't care. They're all dead. But they get back in the spaceship at the end of the film too. This is a very short and fast movie, by the way.
It really is.
And it's kind of reminiscent a little bit for me, but I guess it's back in the same time era too, of Killer Tomatoes.
I've only seen the cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
The second one is funny. It's stupid, but it's
honest
funny.
To God, it's been so long ago that the cartoon blends with the original Mega Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Like I really have a hard time differentiating the two.
When I think about the cartoon, it always ended up blending in with Ninja Turtles because they did the same thing with pizza.
Yeah, it's similar art style.
Yeah. Yeah. But they had like the killer pizzas or whatever it was in the Ninja Turtles. It was like a take on that too. So, notes. That's what I'm looking for. It's like, wait, where am I at? Okay, so they're in the spaceship and they kind of get separated while they're looking for her. The two dudes fall into this ball pit. The brothers, I can't pronounce their last name. Brothers, they fall into the ball pit.
Terezi.
The Terenzi brothers, yes. And that's where we get them meeting the female killer clowns who just make their
Inflate their
boobs
breasts.
just super, super big. Rosebud and Daisy, that's their name. Who off-screen sexually harassed the Terenzi brothers while Myke and Dave were looking for Debbie. That's what Wiki says.
So someone probably asked him, like, what happened? Did they sleep with the clowns?
Yeah.
Because they're covered in kisses next time we see them.
Yeah. Because like I even looked back too. I was like, wait, did I miss something? Like, did they show
their,
any
like
extra?
shirts are all tore up and stuff.
Yeah.
So clearly stuff. I wonder if it were meant to be a scene and they just didn't have money.
Right.
They had to cut it.
I wonder if they ended up killing those two clowns because we never see those girls again.
No,
maybe they accidentally popped their noses with their. Never mind. I'll let you think on that, Tivis. You're so quiet now.
What else you got?
Oh shit! This is gonna be a fun day.
I'm decorating today, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
For Christmas or Thanksgiving or
Halloween, man.
You haven't fucking done that?
Dude, most of our decorations are like styrofoam tombstones that blow away in the wind.
I hate you.
And we have a one-of-a-kind blow up that was used for candy display for Hershey candy in a Kroger store. And like, we're super protective of that thing because if it breaks, we cannot get it replaced.
Okay. Kind of like they're super protective of the giant assed Clownzilla beast thing that they have in this movie.
Because they run.
No, I think they're protective. Like they have to do whatever the fuck he says.
I got the feeling that it ate them.
Maybe. Yeah. Absorb them.
Because I honestly, until I read that this was their king clown, I'm like, that's clearly a creature that they have that they sick on people if they really want to. And they're all running because it will eat them too.
But it's still one of the, it's like a clown, it's like a Goliath version of them.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just a giant ass Clownzilla. Oh boy. That's one of my last notes until I get to the very end. So, let's see here. They bust in and they try to do, because they have their ice cream truck on the spaceship somehow now. We don't know how they got their ice cream truck on the spaceship. We never see that get on the spaceship.
They leave it out front, don't they?
Yeah. There's no way for the ice cream truck to get into the spaceship. The doors, the shuttle doors or whatever doors are not that big to let the ice cream truck in. I have no clue how they... Maybe they shrunk it down with alien tech and brought it in.
I think you're overthinking it. I think they just drove through the walls.
Well, there is one scene where one of the clowns uses like the what is that stuff called? The shadow puppets, and like grabs a bunch of people, and I'm assuming he has them in his hands now, so he shrunk them down with their weird alien tech.
I can only assume it has to do with the scene that we never saw with the two clowns, the two girls.
Maybe. Yeah. Because
otherwise they just drove that sucker through the walls, and this spaceship is not that strong.
Yeah.
Even though it nearly broke Farmer Gene Green's foot.
The girls wanted to go someplace a little more private from all the other clown dudes who might be watching. And that's where they got their noses popped by their needle dicks.
I just read that the farmer passed away 6 years after this movie came out.
Well, at least it wasn't from the movie, so...
Yeah.
So we're in the spaceship, and they bring the truck into this big room where all of the clowns are at, except for the girls. and they have a clown on top of their truck, and they are talking to them like they're the leader.
Yeah, they're mesmerized by it, even though they've seen it driving around town. They've chased it even.
Not only that, they don't speak English. They don't understand the English.
I think they do.
But don't you think that your king wouldn't be speaking to you in English? In your own, they would speak to you in your own language.
I don't understand why they didn't get more guns and start shooting noses.
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, no, I feel like that was a kind of that took me out. That's the part that took me out. But no, then they hear their Clownzilla growl, and then they were like, "Oh shit, that's not right. Okay, let's go take care of these people." And
Yeah,
then
that's another reason I thought it was because it was on marionette like strings, so I thought they had it like
tied up.
hooked. Yeah.
Oh, like King Kong style, chained up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they didn't get loose, but so that's why I'm finding it so hard to believe that was their king. It does not. I don't understand the hierarchy of clowns.
I guess we're gonna have to play the video game when it comes out next year and figure it out.
Maybe I don't really care for those types of video games.
It would be awesome if it was like a fighting game, like a basic ass scroll fighting game.
Oh, where you punched them in the nose.
Yeah, and that's how you win. You have to hit them so many times in the nose or something. Because if you have guns or something, nowadays you just be able to aim right to it, sniper it, and get out of there. Game would be kind of lame.
Yeah, these clowns would be dead against the military.
Yeah. If they knew what to do. Because, I mean, we've had military go up against zombies in movies, and they still miss. They still get eaten. So,
yeah.
So what is there? All right, what do you think? All right, well, let's close out the fucking movie. They end up killing the brothers, and they're in the truck. They blow up, and then everyone, the other two, Debbie and Dave, get out, and then you have the police chief guy, Myke, who's the police guy who's been hanging around with him, which is also Debbie's ex and everything like that too. So we get the giant clown gets killed from a police badge stabbing its giant nose just pops like a balloon.
They're a very fragile species.
Yeah. And then we see the spaceship starting to take off. It's like a giant top. Boom, it blows up for some reason. They don't really explain why. Oh, I guess because he blows up inside of it.
Yeah.
That was what we're supposed to think. That seems
dangerous, but also the only piece of debris that falls down is the clown car.
Yeah. Yep. It's protected force field magic, man. Which then we find out Myke is inside the car, and then eventually we find out that the Terenzi brothers are also inside the car. And how'd they survive, Tivis?
They hid in the ice cream from the fire and explosion.
Cooler. They hid in the ice cream cooler. With the ice cream, I should say. In the cooler.
Whatever.
See, now,
tomato.
You do know, though, that the two brothers were going to live no matter what, because when they disappeared earlier, Dave makes note that, they always land on their feet, meaning they always survive, not because they fell down into the ball pit,
Yeah.
So I was under the assumption, oh yeah, they're just going to live. There's going to be some way that they're going to live. They're too much of a comedic relief for the film.
They're eating ice cream and everything. So what are we going to do about the truck? I don't know. This was your idea.
I don't think insurance covers that.
No.
And then we have this weird scene, my man. Tivis, my man. Tivis.
Where Myke hugs and kisses Debbie like they're together again, and Dave is just like, yeah, three of us.
So
I'm a cuck.
So Myke Myke gets out of the car. And Debbie rushes over and gives him a giant hug. And Dave follows and gives him a giant hug. And then, like, as the scene is progressing, you know, like, Myke is still, like, holding on to Debbie. And Dave is kind of, like, off in Myke's other shoulder a little bit. And then Myke is, like, over there, like, pulling Debbie closer to him and kissing the back of her head, like, you know, endearing, like, and, like, oh, it's just like, I was like, are they a throuple now? They have to be a throuple. Like, I just didn't understand what was going to happen with that.
It's almost like they forgot who the couple was when they were writing this.
Yeah, it was
but it adds a lot of comedic elements there at the end.
Yeah, it definitely does. But I think we were supposed to be under the assumption, like, Dave didn't know that they had dated or some shit, or were dating.
He found out during the movie.
He found out during the movie, but it was like, how long have they been broken up? And then at the same time, how long has Dave and Debbie been dating? Were they starting to date before the breakup? Like, because one guy didn't make it seem like they'd been broken up very long, and then those two are already out on, you know,
Dave
Let's Bang
is
Hill.
Fucking useless. Like, honest to God, if this didn't show her that she got with a fucking loser, like, seriously, he is the reason they had a lot of problems throughout this movie. Let's quietly go through here. Who's that? Why are you yelling? Stop that.
Yeah.
Dave is an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, he is, I wouldn't even call him a protagonist. He is just there.
They had to have the throuple, man. I think that they thought that when they were writing it, it would be nice for there to be like a back and forth between two guys fighting it out for the girl. They just forgot to write Dave apart.
Yeah, there was like a little bit. It's like, and then it was like forgotten. Like, okay, we just got to stop these clowns. They just created a shadow puppet on that wall and 8 people.
Yeah.
And then Dave,
he tries to
he
drive
keeps crashing their cars.
He does. He does.
He is a detriment to everything in this movie.
Yeah. He's crazy, man. But I will give it up to the guys. It was a crazy movie. It's been a very long time. I haven't watched this movie since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's probably been about a decade for me.
So it was more than a decade for me because I'm ancient. But it was definitely something that, like, I didn't remember a lot of the parts and stuff like that. Like, I remember the few of the gags that the clowns did. But other than that, like, the story, I didn't remember any of that. And holy moly, I want to forget it again.
Really? You didn't like it?
I did like the movie. I will say I like the movie for what it is. Do I think it's one of the better, like, low budget movies? I think that the filmmakers definitely had the passion and wanted to accomplish something. And they did so. I mean, it became a cult film. We can't take that away from them ever. We're never going to be able to take that away from them. And they only had a budget of, I think it was $2 million for this whole movie. None of that budget was supposedly used on the clowns. Supposedly they did that all themselves outside of the budget. They, like, designed them and did all the creation of the clowns and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but these guys have gone on. They've done tons of stuff. This is a brother group, I believe it is, of, sorry. So you have, Charles Chiodo, Steven Chiodo, and Edward Chiodo, all did this movie. Like they're the directors. Director was Steven Chiodo. The writers were all three of the brothers. The producers were those three of the brothers, and then there was a few other like associate producers and stuff like that on there. Probably the people who actually funded the shit too. So,
so there's some alterations for the TV version.
is there?
Yeah. I'm gonna do these in reverse order because the first one doesn't make sense on here. But in the cable version, there's a scene where Dave, Debbie, and Mike walk on a tightrope and end up in a room with lots of doors, only to get ambushed by the clowns.
Mm-hmm.
This scene was added to the DVD version of it. Also, Debbie reveals that she has a fear of clowns in this scene.
Of course.
So, was that on your Blu-ray version?
No.
Okay, that's weird.
It might. Well, no. Wait. On the Blu-ray version, so I didn't actually get a chance to watch this.
Oh,
for
okay.
This. Yeah. I ended up watching. I rented it for $2 on Amazon.
Okay.
But it probably is on here. They have all the extra bullshit on here, and the making of the Killer Klowns and stuff like that. So, and there's deleted scenes, director's commentary, bloopers. So I'm gonna actually watch it. I should have had a chance to watch it, but I didn't. I just went to bed so early last night, dude. I just didn't get a chance to.
You've had a busy week.
So.
Also, the TV obviously removed the biker's head being knocked off because that was obviously the most violent thing in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's actually really toned down. I watched it without my wife, but I might watch it again with her just because I think she'll hate it, but she won't get like disturbed by it. Let's see. The TV version includes an extra scene not in the video that deals with Debbie telling I read that one. This is just on here twice. And the first one here that doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to read this verbatim. In the TV version, before the puppet show, the guy throws his popcorn bag over his head, which is then tossed back at him. This is the reason he heads up to the puppet show.
Okay.
So, what is it like the puppet show threw it at him, or
maybe?
Like, I need a little more context on that info there, IMDb.
Yeah. So I'm looking here on IMDb. I was following one of the brothers here. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. The Return of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space in 3D. And this is the synopsis. It's supposedly they're trying to make a sequel. After 30 years. After 30 years since their last invasion, the clowns once again try to take over Earth. The humans must stop them.
It takes place in 2017?
Probably.
That'd be 30 years.
This is probably an old thing that somebody wrote, but I'm just going to read it anyways. Two circus performers who are stranded in the mountain town of Kismet. The new clowns invade when their car breaks down. The two will have to save the world from the returning killer clowns while they are being blamed for what is happening. And on the cast, it only has one cast member at the moment, and that is Myke Tobacco.
So the very first day they started shooting this was October 31st, 1987.
Wait a minute. These people are fucking retarded. I'm sorry. I'm going to look at this again. Hold on.
Oh, the music that plays.
Okay.
You're going to love this, dude. The music that plays when Clownzilla originally comes down was created for Friday the 13th, Part 7.
Okay. Yeah. Super Huggy with Dave. Dave is rubbing on. Okay, so I had their names backwards. Dave is the police officer. Myke is the boyfriend.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Or no, wait. Dave was rubbing on Debbie. Yeah, Dave is the police officer. Myke is the boyfriend. Yep. That makes sense.
All right, Myke Tobacco. Yeah, that's the name of a loser.
Yeah.
All right, should we just give our final thoughts and move on to the
Yeah,
next
give
one?
your
Since
final
we're
thought, man. Final thought.
low on time here. I really enjoy this one.
Did
It's
you?
so dumb. Uh, yeah, I thought this was hilarious.
Awesome.
I'm great that we got to watch this again because, like I said, it's been probably over 10 years for me. I was a kid still, visiting my dad every other weekend when it was on HBO when I saw it. So
Yeah. Awesome, dude. I too liked it. It's been since before high school for me since I've seen it. I won't say how long that is. But before high school. Yeah, so
20 years ago.
5,000 years ago. But yeah, so I enjoyed it. I mean, I like a lot of these like B movie things or a lot of cult like horror films too. Unfortunately, I hate being put into a category with other people that like these things, but there's tons of people out there that like them, so it happens. Not that I don't like you people. I don't like categories. I don't like division. But yeah,
That's how you get organization.
I definitely will be watching all the extras and crap like that on the Blu-ray for sure. I just didn't have time to do it for the show, and because we were supposed to do this show a day before we're doing it, and we just got sidetracked. Yeah, that's all. That's all I gotta say about that. I did like it though. As far as a Killer Clown movie goes, it's probably one of my favorites. For sure. I mean, Captain Spaulding is still my favorite, like Killer Clown, but
This is so much better than fucking Pennywise.
definitely. All right, so let's dive on into your film, your pick this week, which
The
is
Curse of Bridge Hollow, which came out 15 days ago from when we're recording this. So just Wayne's movie, obviously. Written by Todd Berger and Robert Rugen. But dude, this movie, it's a family film. It's cheesy as fuck. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was, but
okay.
I had fun with this. Do you have any notes for this, or you want to just dive into whatever we come to mind?
I have 2 notes for it.
All right, let's do those.
Well, one, he says a line in this film that says, it's spreading like a virus, which makes sense because it started with a bat. That made me laugh.
Oh, yeah. They don't care.
And then I thought it was ironic that we have in this movie literal killer clowns that look like the killer clowns from Killer Klowns in Outer Space. And I thought that was an awesome tie-in for the show.
I didn't expect that. Also, we get the return of his In Living Color line.
Which one?
Homie, don't play that.
Oh, yeah.
I heard that. I was like, did he really just say that?
No, this is an awesome, fun, family-filled movie. I watched this with my kids last night, and I enjoyed it. And when we get into closing thoughts, I'll say the main thing I have to say for it. But yeah, it's fun. It was fun. Marlon Wayans in anything is generally pretty good. Even when they, spoilers, killed him in Dungeons and Dragons. But yeah. Hopefully he gets a cameo in the new one.
Oh, yeah. I hope so. I like him as a comedic actor. He's great.
Yeah. Marlon's brother, all the Wayans brothers are, I was going to say Marlon brothers. All the Wayans brothers are pretty funny guys. Like they just have the comedic element down like that. And I've even seen them in some serious stuff too, which is awesome. So let's move forward. What do you got to say, dude? What do you want to talk about? The Curse of Bridge Hollow. A family moves to Bridge Hollow because the father took a job in a school as a science teacher. The father is an asshole because he wants his daughter to only learn book smarts, but she wants to do other things like gymnastics and fighting and learning black magic and all that
D&D.
fun stuff. And D&D.
Because it's Erica from Stranger Things.
Yes, it is. I was not reading anything, by the way. I was just...
I know. I figured what you said, asshole. I like the fact that he's a science guy, but afraid of skeletons.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite scene in this movie, though, is when they go to the old folks' home and the death decoration starts tormenting. It's like, he's older than me, take him.
They bring the guy who's dressed like death, and this one old dude walks up to him. He's like, "Nope, not today," and he turns around and walks away. That shit was funny as hell. And then you have the spiders there. The room was lined with spiders, and my kid was like, "Oh, I wouldn't be in that place because what if those come alive?" And damn, they came to life.
So did you kids enjoy it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. I probably didn't enjoy it as much as I did Hubie Halloween last year, but this is definitely getting added to our rotation.
Yeah, this is a fun one. We'll have to sit down as a whole family and watch it, like with my wife and stuff too. But yeah, it was awesome to get this might be spoilers a little bit, but
we're spoiling this movie. Just get to it.
Well, no. I meant spoilers for my end thoughts, but it was awesome to finally to see a kids movie or family friendly movie, I should say, this year for Halloween that was actually good.
Hocus Pocus was good, dude.
It wasn't that good.
It's as good as the first one, which isn't that good. So
no bullshit. Take that back.
Oh no!
I'm gonna need.
We got to do that on this episode. Episode, go listen to that. People.
To need a new co-host for anyone looking to host a podcast.
Is this because I put an ad out the other day? Yeah, we mess with each other off air. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the I love the fact that they had their principal is a he didn't call himself a Satanist, but he's like, yeah, no, I study all the occult. At the end, he's next to the Reverend, and he's like, "You got room for me in the?"
Yeah, they did a very good job without calling him a Satanist by showing that he's.
They do call him that, and he takes offense.
No, I mean like him admitting to it. I should say.
Oh, okay.
Like they call him. They ask him. They straight up ask him, "Are you a Satanist? Like, what are you, like some type of Satanist?" And he's like, "Oh God, no. I just, I'm a school principal in a very Christian town, religious town, or whatever he said." And then he goes on and says, "I just like to collect things." And I think that was like kind of like his way of being like, no, I'm not that. Don't call me that. Like, because he is.
Yeah.
Clearly he is. And all the remarks that we get throughout and everything definitely show that he is more on the dark arts side of everything. And that's why at the end he takes off his like Satan costume and throws it on the ground and is like, "I'm changing sides." But they did a good job without straight up saying it, because I think if you would have mentioned that the character is a Satanist in a family movie, oh boy, I could imagine all the articles right now coming out from all the moms and all the churches.
I'm sure someone's still going to. Someone went to the freaking news to be like, "They're putting spells on my kids and Disney." Shut up. Why'd you think he was a good idea to go to the news? Now everyone knows you're stupid.
That'll always be a thing, because people still to this day say there's curses and stuff in music.
Well, that's swearing, so they're partially right.
Well, I feel like they just give the music industry too much credit nowadays for that. They can't even put out a good song, let alone a hidden song.
Oh, yeah, we do not have time for this tangent, but yeah, I loved how they got the magic book of the previous owners, which my wife and I had a good laugh at the last name of the previous owners because Hawthorne.
Mhm.
We've been rewatching Community, so Chevy Chase's character is Hawthorne. But my second favorite scene when he's finally facing his fear of skeletons and just AC/DC starts playing.
I thought you'd like that.
Any movie that has AC/DC in a scene, that scene instantly jumps to the top. Just something about that music, man.
So if there's, never mind, I'm not going to go there because you said every scene. I'm sure I could put that song in some scenes that would really fuck with you.
Yeah, you're talking about Society, aren't you? So
oh my God, I didn't even think of that. The shunting.
Highway to Hell, dude. Would have been a lot more manageable.
I'm going to put that song on that scene.
But the fact that they get the magic book with the spell, and that is the page that gets the only page that burns. It's like, of course it is. So,
yeah.
The natural thing is we have to go hold a seance.
I'm interested. How did the spirit know who had the book? You know,
I think it was just because it was following them everywhere.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, we'll go with that.
But the seance scene was great. It takes over. Howard is the dad, the guy Marlon plays. The spirit takes over him. I thought they were going to play a little more into, after they put the spirit back to rest and he's just standing there staring at them. I thought they're going to be a bit more. So are we going to start this or? But no, he's like, something weird just happened. I don't know what it was, but something weird.
Yeah.
What did he say? Why
do I smell like an old white lady?
Old white lady.
Yeah. Because there's also a time where somebody jumps out at him too, and he says sort of the same thing, like, you just never jump out at a black man.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be from the Bronx, right? Is that where they're supposed to be from?
But yeah.
You cut out on me.
Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure.
Okay. But yeah, it was a funny one. Yeah, they do the whole seance to try and get the spell. They record it so that they don't lose it. I thought something was gonna mess up on that.
Yeah.
I really did.
That's actually pretty smart to record it with your phone. Like.
Yeah.
Going back to what I was saying, we were laughing about the community thing. Once we saw the principal was John Michael Higgins, who has a very short, like 2 episode appearance on Community as the accounting professor who just teaches them how to seize the day instead of actual accounting.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, is this fucking Greendale?
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, this movie was so much fun. Again, it didn't reach as high as Hubie did last year, but definitely higher than a lot of other ones. And I'm glad we're getting more family oriented, like Halloween stuff, because for a long time it was Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town. And then maybe whatever dribble the Disney
Casper.
Channel. Casper, yeah, that one.
It's not really Halloween themed, but it's still a Halloween movie, I would say.
Yeah. You know what? I don't have that for my Halloween list, but I might add it for next year.
For somebody who's always touting Casper Meets Wendy, you don't have the first Casper as a Halloween movie.
No, and I only have Casper Meets Wendy on VHS, so I need to upgrade that too.
I'm just going to. I need a new host for Operation Babble. Oh, I shouldn't joke. Last time I did that, I did get rid of a host. So, so let's all right. So, is there any hot points that you want to talk about with this, dude? Because I know that you were more excited about this one. I enjoyed this film. I just don't see like a whole lot to talk about with it.
I think I
until I get
hit
into
a
the
lot
end.
of the ones that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
Because I mean, with the end scene was interesting with all of the town decorations surrounding the townsfolk and the town square of the town.
Yeah. I love the small towns. Small towns always have the best Halloween movies, dude. Like,
I want to live in a place like this. Why can't we have community like parties and shit with
you
Halloween
have to
here?
live in a town that you literally there's only one road in and out of it.
I need to do what my grandparents did and start a fucking festival. Apparently, God.
It's Toledo.
Well, I mean, I need to move to a smaller area like they did, or it's not even big enough to be called a town; it's a village.
Yeah, you need to live in a small town, small town, not a city. You need a small town.
Honestly, if Walbridge wasn't so far away from everything that I enjoy, I would move there in a heartbeat. Also, there's snakes, which no, I don't like those. But yeah,
What you do is you find like 400 acres somewhere, and you start your own town. We might call it a cult later on, but we start your own town.
Oh, the cult of Tivis. You're going to be hearing some weird stuff from that. It's AC/DC, our Lord and Savior.
and you got to do it. We can't call it the cult of Tivis. It would be the civet.
The
backwards.
young brothers are the prophets of tomorrow.
You got to go backwards. So
Civet. Oh, the Russian satellite.
The cult of civets. That sounds better, especially for the news headlines. The cult of civet all just killed themselves today.
They weren't even trying to. It just happened.
They walked outside and then just something happened and they just passed out. We're not sure what happened. I think
reality hit them.
The sun.
Yeah. They've been playing Fortnite too long.
Their thumbs fell off. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't wipe their own ass. They had to do the Filipino way.
Just so you know, you froze there, so when the audio came through for me, it was super fast catching up to your feed.
Awesome. So let me think
When
here.
those like witches and stuff were falling out of the sky, I was like, people, start looking up. Things are falling on you.
Yeah.
So
they had till midnight.
Jack.
Oh, go on.
What do you think? Because I don't think that's the actual story of Jack for the Jack-o'-lantern origin. I think they might have changed it a bit, but what did you think of when we finally saw Jack in his weird, like, Jack-o'-lantern pumpkin outfit? Because I thought for sure that the bodysuit looked a lot different than the actual decoration.
Oh, yeah. He looked like a Cenobite with a freaking pumpkin head. For people who don't know, Cenobites are like Hellraiser.
What is isn't there a movie where there's a pumpkin-headed creature? I'll look that up while you.
Yes. It is Return to Oz.
Oh, I think it's just called Pumpkinhead.
There might be that too, but Return to Oz also has a Pumpkinhead guy in it. It takes place. It's since he like replaces Scarecrow. That movie is scary as shit for the kids. I'll tell you that right now. When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, what?"
I'm gonna put the link to it in chat so you can see it too. But yeah, it's a 1988 horror film of this horrifying creature that wears a pumpkin on its head to hide its face.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. I see it.
Oh, and Paramount's making a reboot. Cool.
Oh no! Stop with reboots. Stop with reboots and requels and sequels and prequels. Oh.
Oh my.
And Marvel movies, please stop. I'm to that point where I don't even want to talk about Marvel.
Don't mess with my bread and butter, damn it.
I don't even want to talk about Marvel anymore. It's like I'm just like, oh.
Is there anything to talk about? We talked about the most recent thing like 2 episodes ago. Go listen to that if you missed it.
I don't know. I feel no matter what I say, it doesn't matter because there's always going to piss somebody off. If I like it, there's people out there that hate it and want to rip my throat out because I liked it. If I hate it, there's people out there that liked it and want to rip my throat out because I hate it. Or they'll like put me into a group of people that...
Mike, you are in a group of people.
I know.
It's called human race.
The sane people. I'm in the group of sane people. Everyone else is fucking insane. My group is very small, by the way.
What are you talking about here?
Oh
shit. Yeah, no, I enjoyed The Curse of Bridge Hollow. It's a great family film. You could easily watch it with youngster. Well, I don't know. Some of the decorations might use your best judgment. You know your kids.
It is
if they're afraid of going to spirit stores, might be afraid of this one.
Yeah, it is rated TV 14. So there are some elements that are a little scary, and they do have some language, but it's like shit or ass.
So what they're going to deal with in the regular world, get them
right. Their teacher's probably telling them to stop it, you little shit. Like, I could never be a teacher.
Dude, that opening scene where they're moving in and he's like, did we move into a spirit store?
Yeah. Dude, the decorations that they had in this town, because it's such a small town and stuff, everyone decorated their houses. It was awesome, man. So awesome. I'm tired of seeing...
That's what I'm sound like this.
Like my neighborhood, mostly, if people do decorate, it is those fucking blow-ups nonstop all over. Mm-hmm. And they have them up during the daytime, and then at nighttime, they're down. I'm like, what point is that? They light up. There's lights in them, guys. They're supposed to be lit up at night. Like, or their yard just dies because they have so many of them, and then when they're deflated, the yard just dies because they don't get sunlight. I'm like, come on, I put out some lights. I put out some other decorations. I got body parts all over my front porch with a chainsaw and stuff. But
that was my dad and grandparents. They had the scariest house in their village. I'm going to keep saying that because it is a village and it's fun. But
yeah,
she is not for the gory stuff, which whatever, that's fine. Right. I'm not gonna go with the whole Disney-fying either. We're gonna have tombstones, we have cobwebs, we got some witch's legs to show, she crashed into the ground.
Yeah, I was thinking of some stuff I was going to do this year. I just didn't have enough time to do it because we kept going out of the town and shit. But next year I'll probably do some stuff with my tree and everything like that, like I usually would do. Like I'm gonna put a body on the pin a body to the tree.
One of the best years my grandparents did, they had 2 trees out front and they had a pulley system, and they had they have a ton of mannequins and stuff that they creep people out with. They tied a mannequin to it and dropped it on people. And that was the same year my dad took a chain off a chainsaw and chased people down. Yeah. Some poor girl, she pissed herself running away and he felt awful. So the next day he took her candy bag, like dumped everything that the kids didn't take into it. And because again, it's a village. Everyone knows each other.
Yeah.
So
no, when I was a kid, like it was a lot easier to find like smaller communities. Even though I lived in the big city, I mean, it's not really big compared to other cities I've been in. But even though I lived in the city, there were still like sub communities of people where we would do different things, which was awesome. Well, before I get into that real quick, I do want to do like a scene where I was gonna put plastic wrap everywhere and create like a Dexter's like dissecting room in my front yard.
Of course you would.
But then I was like, I got a little kid that lives right next door to us now, so I'm probably not going to do that for a while until they're older. But no, like growing up, like we had these little community sections and stuff in the community that could do that stuff. Like I remember we did one at it's actually my brother married into the family, Kenny, who's been on here. His father-in-law would do a haunted house in their garage, and we did it so big that like even Mosier's dad came and like did one of the characters in there and stuff, and it was just like a whole walkthrough maze garage. It was like a little one, didn't charge anything, let the kids walk in there and shit. We even had the news come out several times to do a thing on it. It was awesome, and you just don't see that anymore. At least in the bigger cities and stuff like that. Maybe in small cities. But then who's paying attention? Who's giving them their flowers for doing such great, awesome things? And I just said flowers like I'm a little kid. Oh my God. I'm starting to pick up all these new lingos now. Damn it. I'm supposed to be old.
I don't even know that was a new lingo. I thought you were being literal.
No. Like paying respect and stuff like that. Like giving you your flowers while you're still alive.
There's a lot of people that don't go all out anymore. Like going back to my grandparents, they had a coffin. They had not only a coffin, they had a casket. The thing you put the coffin in the ground.
Like, the vault?
Yes, they had one of those.
Yeah.
They still do, actually. That's where all their Halloween decorations get put when they're not putting them up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they always went out. And my dad finally, for the first time in 7 years, brought some of it out to decorate. And I know a lot of people were walking by going, "Oh, you're finally decorating again." Because my grandparents have been gone for a while now, and he hasn't. He likes to sulk instead of dealing with his emotions. But so it's really good to see that the people of the town like rally, like, "Oh, awesome, you're doing this again? Cool." Except we're not doing any of the cool stuff because it's all buried in the back.
Figures.
Yeah.
No, I want to get a few caskets, but that's about it. Anyways, we're getting off track. Let's finish this up because I know you gotta get going soon too.
Yeah.
No, the decorations were awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
I love the alien set that they did in there. That was kind of unique and cool too. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But this movie was awesome. Do you want to do final thoughts? You got anything else to say on the film itself?
I just really liked it, and thanks to this movie, I remembered that the Spirit Halloween movie came out this year, and now I'm going to watch that this weekend.
It came out this year?
Yep. I'm pretty sure it did. I'll double check that while you're talking.
Okay. Well, as far as like mine, I like the film. I really enjoyed the fact that it was better than Hocus Pocus 2, even though Tivis probably disagrees. But
I'd say
it was about the same. Like for me, this is like the kids nowadays, their Hocus Pocus film, like that we grew up with. How we grew up with Hocus Pocus all those years. I feel this could potentially be this generation's Hocus Pocus because you think about it, the plot's almost the same. They lit a candle. They have till midnight to stop it. Like, come on.
The ending where they go into the room with more chest of cursed stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. Let's not do that. No, I could definitely see this being the new generation's like Hocus Pocus type film. Had enough comedy. It had enough elements in there for you to stay engaged yearly. And it was a little faster paced. So it was nice. It wasn't like a slow burn or anything like that for you. And again, it's about the same storyline, they're just not trying to eat the kids. They're only trading one soul instead of needing all the kids' souls for it.
And the cast is phenomenal. They really cast this very well.
Yeah.
Real quick, the Spirit Halloween movie went to theaters probably in a limited run the same day Hocus Pocus 2 came out, so everyone wasn't talking about it. And then it went to VOD platforms October 11th. So yeah, you can watch that.
I'll watch that tonight probably. That'll be kind of fun to check out. I've never even seen the trailer for it. I just knew they were making it, and that's it.
We just watched the trailer last weekend.
Does it look fun?
Yeah, it's got oh my god, Doc Brown.
From you're talking about
what's his name? Help me here. Back to the Future.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, thank you. I was about to grab my
I was trying to remember.
Ghouls go.
You're frozen again. Okay,
yeah.
There you go. You keep freezing today. On the
know.
video, anyways. So yeah, no, I definitely do think that this could potentially be a cult film moving forward down the road. The thing is though, nowadays it's harder, I feel, for there to be cult films moving later down the road, because everyone wants to make the film that comes out this year a cult film, and I'm like, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like, oh, this is a cult film like 2 days after it came out. That's just not gonna
you could
happen.
say it has potential to be a classic,
right?
You don't know what kind of classic.
Yeah. Which is where I feel this has the potential to be. But again, we have like 5 billion movies coming out every year. It's kind of hard to keep their attention. At that point. And then I liked it. But they also have the potential to do more within this world too, if they wanted to. And
they mentioned that they really go all out for Christmas.
They go off for Christmas. There's a shitload of more chests. Maybe someone else finds them unless they bury them. I don't know why they didn't just bury the one chest. And then
go leave it in the crypt with Madame Hawthorne.
Right. Well, they were talking about the key too for the lock. I was like, put the key in the fucking chest. No one will open it then. Because it was just a normal padlock. You could lock it without the key in it.
Yeah.
Put the key in the chest. Call it a day. And I was trying to explain that to Caleb, my youngest, and be like, dude, just put the key in the chest. That's all they had to do. He's like, well, how do they lock it? I was like, it locks. This is how they lock. And I pulled the lock out and showed them. Anyway, final words for you, man. I think you did most of your stuff.
Again, I liked it. Highly recommend going to check it out.
Awesome.
Especially if you got, you got kids, you don't have a whole lot of Halloween movies that you can watch together as a family. This is one of them.
Okay. Anything for our next episode? We're just going to probably go as is. We don't have anything planned for it yet.
No, not yet. What the next one we have planned is to know what we're doing for that yet.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess then shit, I am forgetting this episode so much. Not this episode, this podcast. Tivis. We will be doing a Thanksgiving episode. We'll announce that next episode that we record. Because Tivis doesn't even know the movie that I picked yet, which is awesome.
Oh,
Only a couple people know what movie I picked. And
Thanksgiving?
No.
Continue the tradition of guessing that movie.
Yeah. So that will be announced on the next episode of Operation Babble. Speaking of Operation Babble, Tivis, how did you enjoy today's episode?
I liked it.
Awesome. And my quote for the day comes from Killer Klowns from Outer Space. And it comes from Paul Terenzi, one of the brothers in the ice cream truck. and I think that's how we're going to end this episode here. So with that said, guys, let's take a break. Cool off those hot lips with our frozen fruity bars, icy, wicey, fudgy, wudgy bars, and everyone's frozen delight, the Lick-a-Stick. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy.
Peace.
Later.
just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble, and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Thanks, and have a great day.